Hello everyone, my name is Jose Carlos, and today I will show you a nice project I'm currently working on. It's a hotel website. The website is in Spanish, sorry for that. And what I want to show you in this video, it's an application of React. It's how you can use it to build a booking engine. It's just a showcase. I'm not going to go in detail in the code. Just going to show you the app really quick, and you can look for the code in my GitHub. It's public. If you find it useful, it'd be very nice. And let's go through the page. So first of all, right now the page is separated in two parts: the static content and the React app. Here's the React app. The static content shows the 5 different cabins that are in the hotel, where you can look for more details in the cabin, and this button right now is disabled. It links to the app. You can look for a little bit more info in the hotel and the location with Google Maps iframe. Also, well, this one is not yet filled. It's meant to be filled with the information of the team in the hotel and the people that works there. Let's look real quick into more details. This is pure JavaScript, this vanilla JavaScript. Also, if you find it useful, I have a photo gallery JavaScript code. This code loads low quality pictures in the first appearance, but when you click in one, let's pause this gallery. When you click one picture, it will load a high quality picture. So this saves a lot of load time for your web page, and it doesn't have an end. It's a cycle, so it will go around and around in the same pictures. Right. And a little bit more info about the cabin, the services you already saw in the last page. This is made under the same directory, so I'm not well. Every cabin has a directory, a path, and the main page also has its own path, but every button it's made under the same path. Okay, now let's look at the booking engine. So for the booking engine, I have one first option, that is the comparison method. This comparison method takes all the cabins that are available depending of the check-in and the checkout that you choose, and it will sort them out as looking at the number of guests you are currently asking for. So we have adults, childs, babies, and pets. Okay, so I'm going to choose randomly 14th of August as a check-in, and checkout is 16th of August. I'm going to look for 4 guests, all adults, and I'll be shown these 4 options. Okay, that's nice. I can go to reservation now, and or to more details, back to the page that you saw the static content. But what happens if I go with more guests that a cabin can hold? This is the biggest cabin, it holds 12 people. Okay, let's do this. Oh, so I have a message that tells me that I cannot look for a cabin that holds 15 people because there's no cabin with that characteristic. What I can do is click on the combination search option, and it will show me options of reserving 2 or more cabins for 15 people. Okay, well, nice. So I have 2 cabins, or I can rent 3 cabins. Here's the price for the whole trip, and I can also rent 4 cabins. There's one cabin that is not available, but I could rent the whole hotel for the 15 people, even for 4 people, 5 people, 1 people for every cabin, as I want. Okay, now this is the comparison method. But what if I want to know the dates for a specific cabin? So I go to a specific cabin, like this one, and this is the special calendar for that cabin. and it's showing me that these dates are not available as a check-in. Okay, so I want to check in the 14th. I couldn't check in the 17th, but I can check out that day, so I'm going to choose that day. I cannot request more people that the cabin can hold, so this cabin is for 6 people, and I cannot put more adults plus childs than 6. It's very straightforward logic here, and babies and pets can be as much as we want, well, depending on the hotel, right? I'm going to go through the reservation process real quick. So here is my I'm going to review my information. So I'm going in the 14th, checking out the 17th, my guests, and I can choose a percentage for the first payment. That's nice. So I can go from the 50%, I can pay the half of it, or 100%, and the rest I will pay it as soon as I arrive to the hotel. Okay, so I want to put my name. I don't want to, but it doesn't allow me to continue if I don't put my name. And a phone number. This is just a random number. And right now I'm not using real emails, but the email confirmation it's already coded with NodeMailer, which is a very good npm core, very nice to it. We'll check this box, continue to payment. Here's my info. I can make a review of it, change something that I don't like. I'll go to PayPal, then it will load the API of PayPal. I'm going to use, this is a sandbox account. Real money is not being taken out. It's just for development purpose. Okay, so this is my first payment. So it matches. Okay, I'm going to make the reservation. Nice, it's done. So there is an email that has been sent to my email, but this email is not real, but the email has been sent also to the hotel. This is the hotel email, and here you can see this is just a test email. We can put anything in the body. We can put the information of the client and the reservation and the code and the payment, everything. We can make our email as we want with NodeMailer. It's a very good tool. Okay, let's go back. We can go. Okay, so this was the presentation of the app, and I'm going to go real quick through some of the backend, and the rest you can look it up in the code. It's in my GitHub. It will be in the description. So what first is happening here? I'm not making any request until I click on search. So when I choose to date, well, also I cannot make a request if there's no dates selected. Okay, so my request is being sent. What it does, the comparison method, let's go here, let's go to the server, and here is my comparison method. It makes a get request, and it sends the check-in and the checkout. It doesn't matter how many guests yet. This is just the API. Okay, and then based on my criteria for knowing if a reservation is there or not, looking at my database, here's my database. So it's going to look up to every reservation I have. Everyone is going to look for every one of these, and then it will sort them out with my criteria. If it meets the criteria, it will go in the response of the database. And what it does, I have an initial array of my 5 cabins right here, and if one cabin is shown to be in between these criteria, it will be spliced from the main array. When I'm done, for example, and in this one, in this specific case, number 2 was spliced, and the array without number 2 was sent back to the app. In the app happens the sort out of the number of people I'm looking for, so the requests array is not mutated, it's just the components being shown in React. Okay, let's look real quick to the combined method, because this is quite a hard function. Here, what is happening here, if you go through all the options, you will find that no option is the same as the ones you saw before. All are different. You will not see this cabin and this cabin again in any of the options. How does it does that? Okay, so I have a code sample here. This code, I made this code. This is a function. I use a combinatory function. This is a math function, taking into account that I want the combinatory without repetition of the numbers, and the order doesn't matter. So, for example, I want 1 and 2, and I don't want 2 and 1 because it's the same for me, and that is not being taken in account. This is a small function for factorial numbers, and this is my main function. This function, it does what I already told you. It takes an array. I'm going to make it shorter. This is like the main array I have, 5 cabins. I made this because if I want to make it for another application, like a hotel with hundreds of rooms, or just 7 rooms, something like that, I could use this function to make it work, because I could write all the possible combinations for my five cabins. Is not much, it's just 26 options, but as the length of the array grows, it grows very, very fast, the number of results being taken out. So have a look at this. Okay, so I'm running the code with five options, and these are all the possible combinations, and my app receives all these possible combinations and sort them out as my criteria for the guests that are being taken in account. Let's take a little bit more and see how much it grows. I'm going to take it for 8. Also, it doesn't matter if it's numbers, it can be names, it can be any kind of primitive data. Sorry, here, for 8. Right, so it grew a lot. So we have these results, and 147 more. So if you find this function useful, it's also in my GitHub. You can use it. Let's go back to the normal. Okay. So a little bit, and that was a quick review of the comparison method, what it does. And we're going to go to a cabin. When you select a cabin right here, or when the app is being told to render one singular cabin, it makes an automatic request asking for all the reservations of that cabin. Let's go to API here. So I'm asking all the reservations. I'm asking for the cabin, so number of the cabin. Okay, then look, give me all the reservations and give me all the check-in and the check-outs. Then with logic in my app, I will sort which dates are occupied based on my criteria. And every day in the calendar component, it's a React component. When I click on a component, it will change all the calendar appearance, block out all the dates that cannot be chosen as a checkout. This is all made in React by this component, the date component. Also, what I don't want to do is to render or make a infinite infinite length array of all the dates that are out there, because it's infinite. Time has no limit. What is happening is that when I click on this button, it's changing the date for this calendar and this calendar, and based on the actual date for those dates, it's going to render the days for that calendar. In the case of February, sometimes it's 28 and sometimes it's 29, but the most important part is January 2021 is not going to start on Friday all the time, so it checks also for that part, and it will render it in the day of the week that the month starts, also in the day of the week that the month finishes. So you are managing data very discrete and very efficiently. And also, one more thing is that when you choose to when you're ready to go and click in this button, it can be that button or it can be this button. What happens, it makes an automatic post request. That post request in my database, it's let me look at it. Okay, I'm going to make a refresh here. So you see these kinds of code that are kind of similar. It starts with 2 letters and then a bunch of numbers, but this last one is just numbers. It makes an automatic reservation that is just temporary. If you don't finish your payment and you close the window or click a button to go back, it will instantly erase this reservation. But why do I do it? Because I don't want that in the meantime that this guest is making the reservation, comes another one and then makes an overbooking with that reservation. So I'm blocking out that date right now. And as soon as I finish and make the payment method, this is the database again, a reservation with this kind of code will be posted. It's not a put around this one. It will be a new post, and this reservation will be erased afterwards. So looks nice, but there's still one part that I'm currently working on, and there is a possibility that maybe someone does this. Okay, I made the request when I click this button, but if I wait 3 hours here or maybe a day and leave the computer open, it will not refresh and tell me that that this cabin is not available anymore. It is telling me that it's available. So when I click on making the reservation, it will make an automatic reservation. But what if in the meantime that this guy just waited a lot, someone else also did this and there is an overbooking there? So when I click on the reservation, I need to make another get request, so to know that if this that these characteristics for me are still available. So I want to go in this cabin and check in this day and check out. I need to make another get request additionally, just to make sure I don't have an overbooking in that particular case. That will be my block to make it. So let me know any doubts you have, or if I can help you in any project you're having. This is all made in React from scratch. Only the PayPal buttons are taken out from the API, and then I found a solution in the Stack Overflow to make PayPal inside React, which is a little bit of tricky thing, but it's nice. So thank you very much for watching my video, guys, and I hope to be uploading more videos about this topic and some other projects I have in the future. So yeah, thank you.